Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, is my good buddy Rob.
Hey, how you doing, guy?
Good. How's it going?
You know.
Guess what?
Hit it. Yes.
Hit it. I'm gonna rock right now. Oh yeah. How old am I?
Like really old.
Yeah. It's the 60th episode, Rob. I love these milestones. Like big even numbers.
That's right.
I mean, technically the next big one's not till 75, I guess, but
sure.
You know, I'll take that's a couple like 3-4 months away.
That's right.
Depending, you know, if there's world civil war tomorrow or
I was just gonna say, this could be the last one before the Civil War of Aught 20 in the States. Neighbors to the south.
The mass exodus to Canada. We'll take you all.
Come on in.
You can live in Saskatchewan.
Lots of room in Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary and Saskatchewan.
The armpits of Canada. Oh, anyway, sorry. We are kidding.
We are joking.
We love Saskatchewan.
We love Saskatchewan.
And Calgary's a place too. Calgary's a place.
Sure is.
There are people there. So I hear.
Are they people? Okay, we'll give them that.
All right. Fine. So video games, huh?
Video games.
Yay.
Well, we got a little bit of news this week. Oof. I did some digging, with us doing that episode so late last week because of having to record it twice. We're recording this one. I double-checked, triple-checked, quadruple-checked.
Yep.
Why don't you show us that fancy mug you got there, Rob?
Look at that. It's a limited edition Grumpy Old Gamers mug because we had it printed and then they took down the design because of the copyright infringement. So.
Yeah.
But
you know what, fans, people listening, if you had any interest in seeing us design something, mugs, t-shirt, let us know. Send us an email to makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
We sure would.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
All right. Like I said, got a little bit of news this week. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
We covered, like, if we would have had a little bit more exciting stuff if we didn't cover it last week.
So we're going to make up a few stories. See if you can spot which ones we completely made up.
Okay. So the WoW expansion has officially announced a date. And this is people were thinking it was going to get pushed right into 2021 because all they promised that it'll be out before 2021. And I mean, this is only a 3 or 4 week delay compared to when it was going to actually launch. So November 23rd is the new date. And that actually coincides with the release date of the original WoW.
130 years ago.
16.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. Yep.
And to celebrate, they're lowering the monthly... No, they're not lowering the monthly cost. That's not happening. Sorry. No. That was fib number 1, for those who are catching.
Man, can you believe, even remember that far back when we were,
no,
in the midst of our, WoW addiction and, we talk about it at work all the time and, our entire crew, I think there's 1 or 2 people of 12 people who weren't playing. So
that's right.
Yeah, it was a crazy time.
It was when I started for Shaw back in Aught 5. They were you guys were all playing the WoWs.
The wowzas. All right. I keep wanting, like, I got enough else to play.
Yep.
But I just read that the last expansion, they just added to the subscription, so you don't even need to buy it. And I'm 1.5 expansions behind because I played half of the 2 ago. If that math add up.
Yeah, I think so. Was that the one with the pandas? The Kung Fu pandas?
No. I'm like one past that.
Okay. The last one I played was the Lake King.
Right.
So it's going a ways back.
So, Blizzard.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years since I played. Mm-hmm. And there's that little itch right at the back of my skull. It's like, Ryan.
Did you get that checked out?
Ryan, come play WoW. Come play WoW, Ryan.
Come play the WoW.
Come play the WoWs. And I want to check it out. I mean, I put like a solid 12 years into that game. But it's not pretty when I get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not pretty, Rob.
Well, I hear at this point they've just made warlocks invincible. Like, that's a WoW joke. That's a really select group of people are going to appreciate that. Or they won't appreciate it either. I'm sorry.
So anyways, World of Warcraft.
Yes. World of Warcraft.
Big part of my life. Not sure if I'm going back. So Sony is looking at buying Crunchyroll for $957 million.
Yeah, that just sounds like a punchline, right?
Yeah. It's like between them and Xbox, they've run out of little studios to buy, so now they're just moving on to the next big thing, like the next exclusive they can offer, right? Which would be
anime.
All the anime.
This story's over 9,000. Or did I get it right?
Sure.
I think I got it right.
I don't watch the animes.
No, me neither. Not a big anime guy, but you can't deny that it's popular with the people.
It is. I think they've had kind of Crunchyroll's always been available on the PS3 or the PS platform.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was on the PS3, PS4.
Right.
Was it on the Xbox too, though? I don't know. It's an app that you have to subscribe to anyways.
Yeah. Exactly. It might have been. It's on every single streaming player ever, even the Apple TV.
Yeah.
If you want it.
Oh, I didn't realize AT&T actually bought them in 2018.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Wow. And it's AT&T who's actually looking to sell them.
Right, because AT&T was looking to sell Warner Brothers video games as well.
Right, yeah.
Back not that long ago, and then they realized that it was the only thing they owned making money. Maybe it was a bad idea. Although you would think the anime would make them money.
You'd think. Weird. Interesting.
Anime. We're 2 news stories in already. Eh?
Yeah.
These are the ones we thought you'd like most. Well, no, that's not true, I guess.
Next up, Panic Studios. They're making the Playdate, Playdate handheld, which is if you haven't seen it, it's a Game Boy looking unit that has a crank on the side.
Let me I got it up here. Why don't I share it with the people?
Yeah, let's share a picture of it.
How the hell do I do that here again? Share screen, the big green button in the middle.
That could be it, yeah.
All right. Here it is right here.
Yeah. So, it's supposed to be pocket sized and anyways, they're ready to start taking orders. and they're going to be taking orders in 2021 for this. And their plan is they're going to do batches of 20,000 of them. But the big deal is they're going to have seasons, and the first season is included, and it's basically like a subscription to games. And also, it's got the crank on the side, an analog crank. So, yeah, like I don't know. I get intrigued by gadgety gadgets like this, you know.
Right? Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Looking to how to end now.
Maybe. My button disappeared. Oh, it's over here. There we go.
There we go. Hey.
Hey, technology.
But it's just good to know that there was a little bit of worry about it because they were supposed to be taking orders early 2020, and then
right, and then the pandemic broke everything.
How
much is it going for?
$149 American.
That's not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. So be looking at close to 200, if not more, Canadian. But
$739.
That's about right. But it only comes in that one color. Comes in the yellow and yellowy orange there. I don't know. I just if you go to their actual website, you can see some screens of what the it's a black and white screen as well. It's not color.
Right.
So it it just looks great, you know.
We're continuing the tradition of Mr. George from our team messaging us during the recording of the episode. Hi, Brent. In case you wonder why Ryan and I look at our phones the exact same time at certain points in the episode.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Yeah. They're actually 2021. They're going to do them batches of 20,000, and they will keep making batches of 20,000 of them until there's no interest. They're completely open platform too. Like apparently the SDK for it is very easy to use, and
okay.
Yeah, so
it's cool. It's very intriguing, like how they're going to use the crank, right?
They say a lot of games don't even end up using it. It's just a fun platform to program for.
Right.
But I like creative things, Rob.
It's true. It's a little different than the regular stuff.
Absolutely.
Especially if they actually have stock of this. Looking at you, Sony, and Microsoft.
Both of you.
And NVIDIA. Especially you, NVIDIA.
Ooh, that's a good segue, Rob, because then you can talk about this next NVIDIA story.
Except it's not an NVIDIA story.
It's not?
Oh, no, it's AMD story. Right. Oh, I was with you right till the end. There's this segue. Talking about graphics cards.
There we go.
Boop. AMD had their after they had their big announcement a couple of weeks ago about the new 6000. Yeah, let's start that again. After they had their announcement of their next generation of CPU, had their announcement for their new graphics cards, Navi 2, the RDNA 2 RX 6000s graphics card series, and they look pretty darn good, Ryan.
Yeah. Are they as big of a technological leap at a lower price like the NVIDIA ones are, or?
Yep, they're matching the NVIDIA ones spec for spec here, and the price within $50 to $100. The big thing is they're going to have ray tracing turned on in the hardware as well, just like NVIDIA does. Actually, have had people say to me, well, NVIDIA invented ray tracing. That's not the case. They were the first ones to jump in on the hardware side, but
it's actually, isn't it like Dolby Studios or something?
Well, Windows has had support for it for a while. I don't know who came up with the idea of putting them in games, but in the new NVIDIA line, they're going to have the 6800, the the RX 6800 XT and the 6900 XT. Because 69? All right. I'm dragging out this story as long as I can here.
I'm not sure because it brings up a 16th century architect who actually have created ray tracing. So
well, all right then. Thank you, Google. So the big thing with the graphics cards is that they're all using the same 7 nanometer die casting that the CPUs use. So they're going to be able to keep up with production because they don't have multiple different die manufacturing processes. The specs are equivalent to, or if not better, than the NVIDIA cards that they're lining up with. And for the first time in, I can't remember forever, they've actually made it useful, if somewhat, not by much, but if you have an AMD processor and a AMD graphics card, it can actually share some of the memory that the processor uses. Now, the memory that a processor uses, like DDR4, is quite a bit slower than the DDR6 that the GDDR6 that a graphics cards use. But if it's 3 or 4%, it's something, right? And it's an incentive because a lot of people are going AMD on the processors anyway,
right?
You know, because you're getting the bang for the buck to look at these cards. And honestly, if they have some of these in stock, they're going to sell like wildfire because there's so many mad NVIDIA fans right now because they couldn't get any of the 3 cards they tried. So sticker prices, the 6800, which is the equivalent of the RTX 3070, is going to be $579 American. The 6800 XT, which is lining up with the 3080, is $649. But what's kind of the big surprise is the 6900 XT, which is lining up with the 3090, is coming in at a $999 American, which is actually going to be a little bit cheaper than the 3090. So yeah, the specs, go check out the specs. I'm not going to bore people with it. They're all going to have 16 gig GDDR6. You got lots of other numbers and things, but the big thing is that they're going to be competitive. Like the last couple runs, even the 5700 XT that AMD came out with only really competed with the 2070 Super. They didn't really have anything that competed with a 2080 or a 2080 Ti. This is the first time in a while where they've been able to say, yep, this card's going to compete with this card. Top for top.
That's pretty awesome.
It is. And because competition is going to actually help. I mean, the reason that the 3080 and the 3090 on the NVIDIA side were as cheap as they were is because AMD's been nipping at their heels. You know, they felt they had to bring the price down or else they were going to lose the crowd. And so it's whenever companies compete, we all win.
It's true. Competition is good for everybody.
Yep. And they've been showing some capture from some of the Xbox Series Super Duper X, I think it was. Yeah. And it's looking pretty amazing. And they're all based on the RDNA 2 AMD cards. So
nice.
So yeah, lots of choices for computer gamers. The PC Master Race.
Definitely, my playing on the PC has definitely increased a lot the past couple months.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of good sales on stuff you can play on console, and a lot of the indie games that interest me, they're way cheaper to get on. You know, I've been loving the Switch for being an indie game darling, but man, like I'm buying games for a quarter of the cost I'm paying for them on the Switch.
Yep.
To get them on actual PC. But you know what? That's a good segue. Why don't you tell us what you've been playing this week, Rob?
Oh, I wasn't prepared.
Oh,
I was playing video games.
Okay.
Back to you, Ryan.
Okay. Well, you know what? I played some video games too. Cool.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Okay, I've been playing a few demos here. First off, the day that Nintendo had their direct there, I downloaded the Hyrule Warriors Calamity of Ganon demo. Played with that a little bit.
And
it's a game. No, it's the if you like Dynasty Warriors and you liked the original Hyrule Warriors, you're gonna love this. More of the same.
yeah.
The fact you've got all these characters going at once on the Switch is still like witchcraft, right? Like,
yeah,
it's looking beautiful. There's a little bit of story to it. You're getting items. You're throwing bombs.
Honestly, I kind of forgot about it. But it's been since Wednesday. It's just been like a whirlwind of like so much happened that day on the Switch, and then Halloween on the weekend, and just got lost in the shuffle.
So it's a beautiful game, and it's a demo. So you got a Switch, go try it out.
You know what? Nice. I'm gonna.
There you go. So also, I've been playing the Stadia, which, the Immortals Fenyx.
Wait, on purpose?
Yep.
I'm
thanks to the Immortals Fenyx Rising demo. Immortal Fenyx Rising demo. The new Ubisoft game. You know what? Looks awesome. Absolutely looks amazing. It's got a great Breath of the Wild type vibe with Greek mythology. It's colorful. It handles really well. I've seen some criticism about it's kind of repetitive Breath of the Wild action, but that's not a bad thing. It's a demo, and it plays really well. It looks really good. Will I end up buying it on the Stadia? No. But the demo's only available on the Stadia. Tried it out, and it was really good. If Ubisoft is if they're good for anything, they're great at making expansive, free world type environments. They're very good for that, right? So
I can't. While you're talking about it here, I don't think I can get the demo anymore. I think the demo might be over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I'm on the, was it on the actual game page for Immortals Fenyx Rising?
You mean like the Stadia game page?
Yeah.
It was. Maybe it was a time. Let me look it up here right now.
So while you're doing that, the next game you were going to talk about is one that we both played, and we both kind of had a similar feeling about it. But when we both seen it come out, we both read about it, and we both saw it was $25, and we're like, ooh, that's a big risk to take. But I pulled up the page here, and the game is called Supermash, and this is what the game description is. In Supermash, players can blend together iconic genres to create never-before-seen gaming experiences. Jump through classic platformer levels with a tactical stealth character, or fight as spaceships in engaging JRPG battles, and more. Anything is possible with Supermash's emergent system, which creates a unique game every time you play. The possibilities are endless. Pick 2 retro game genres and let Supermash design the rest. Players can currently mash together platformer, action, adventure, shoot 'em up, Metroidvania, stealth, and JRPG for a wide variety of wacky results. So just reading this, Rob and I were both very intrigued. Very, very intrigued.
Yes.
So we both tried it. And my feeling is I was kind of a little underwhelmed. They give you the warning right in there that, when you're choosing the 2 mashups to kind of just go with it, because sometimes it'll be good, sometimes it'll be bad, and sometimes it'll be awesome. And I got to give them props because they've built a super immersive game here. there's more to it than just mashing the two genres. They have like a whole story section, and you and your girlfriend, I think.
I think sister.
Is it sister? Okay.
I think sister, yeah.
Okay. Well, they were kissing, so it's weird. No. They own a video game shop, and they're getting kicked out of their space because the landlord's selling the building. And anyways, and that leads you to finding this console that'll mash genres together. And so we tried it, and they kind of came. You want to honestly know what it reminded me of? Like a Wario game.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Like the mashups that you get, like one of them was like I got shoot 'em up action adventure, and the kid that appears almost every time in the action adventure, he's this kid with a backpack, was suddenly floating in a top down shoot 'em up, and he was like, shooting out of his head sort of thing. Like some of them worked okay, a lot of them kind of crashed and burned. Overall, I took 2 runs at it, about an hour each time, and I'm probably not going to go back. It was on sale this weekend for $2, so not a waste, but definitely a disappointment.
We're not mad. We're just really disappointed. That kind of sums that up. Ditto. Yeah. I felt pretty much the same way the entire time. It was a cool idea, and you know what? Props to them for coming up with a cool idea, but it was not really fun.
Yeah,
I didn't have a lot of fun with it, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something to it if you just play a little bit more. But it was like and some of the mashes just, I know they say they don't work, but some of them are just unplayable, and then you're like, oh well, I've got to get to the next part. I have to beat this. So
yeah,
here I go.
Yeah, that's why I kind of compare it to like Wario, because it's like all these mini games almost, right? Because you never play them longer than 5 minutes. Like you're not actually playing. One thing I kind of give them props for, but I did get, at first I was really intrigued by it, but then I got kind of sick of it, was like it'll mash 2 stories together too.
Yes,
like it does. It gives you like 3 pages of text to read every time before you go in, to give you a little background on what you're playing. But yeah, every time I'm like, all right, that was cute the first 3 times. It's not cute anymore.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, Supermash.
So anything about
Immortals? It's actually gone from
the
store. I can't even play it now since I've claimed it. So it was a very time limited thing, and it was fun. Looking forward to seeing when that comes out.
Yeah, I wanted to give her a try there, because they said you could, even if you're not subscribed to Stadia, you could try it, but it looks like I missed out.
Yeah.
So that's all you've been playing, Rob?
Yeah, pretty much.
What about Star Wars? Play any more of that?
I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't played it since the last time we did the show.
Oh,
how about you, Ryan? I heard you may have got it.
I picked it up. I got it last night, and didn't fire it up yet. No.
Yeah.
No, I chose to do a show with you instead.
I appreciate that. And our 12 or 13 fans all appreciate it as well.
Hi, guys.
Hi, fans. Hey, guys.
Hey, Mom.
Your mom and Doug.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug. Yeah, what else you play there?
I got some gaming in, Rob. I got some gaming in the past few days.
One called irritable bowel syndrome?
What? I see what you're...
Yeah.
So first thing I'll talk about is Subnautica. I finally took a dive into that game.
Woo! It's a game about water.
Yeah. Your game about being So basically, you've crash landed on an alien planet, and it's covered in water, and you're just trying to survive. I'm actually realizing I really like the survival game genre. You know,
Sure.
I really like the scavenging and like the creating to survive.
Right.
And there's a lot of that in Subnautica, let me tell you. On top of your health, there's the eating and the drinking, and because you're in the ocean, it's salty, you can't drink it. You gotta purify water, and
you gotta pee in a bottle.
It's got a kind of good story.
Yeah.
I'm about 15 hours in.
Right.
so
you got plenty of time to go.
Yeah, it's but I'm liking the story. The only thing that if I gave it negative marks for, I really in like searching adventure games, I'm really not a fan of the first person. I really prefer it to be third.
I'm a big fan of second person.
I'll leave that to you to explain.
Right. It is a thing.
I know.
Yeah. Second person games would be as if Ryan and I were in a video game. He's the hero, but you're seeing everything through my eyes. That's second person. Not a popular genre.
Someone needs to do that, though.
It would be pretty interesting. Yeah.
And the next game on my list here. Anyways, I'm having fun with Subnautica, and I'm going to keep playing it. If that wasn't,
right.
It's like I said, I like the survivalness of it. The only negative is that it's a first-person game, and the graphical fidelity of this game. I know it came out on PC and hit all the PC VR headsets. It's not available on PSVR.
Oh, okay.
And just with the graphical fidelity of it, it really easily could be.
Sure.
So I don't know why that's not a thing.
Anything creepy you meet yet, or?
A couple times, like you'll be just swimming at night in the ocean, and something will come zooming at you. Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of noises too. A lot of going on around you. So yeah, I like it. I'm gonna keep playing it amongst everything else that I play right now.
Right.
So the next one is not underwear irritable bowel syndrome or
no,
it's Ultimate Extreme Battle Simulator.
Okay.
Yeah, is so you've probably seen videos of this on Facebook where it's like, what would happen with 1,000 Jedis versus 10,000 stormtroopers? And then
a lot of lasers.
See them all on the battlefield and they come together. So it's just setting up those battles.
Oh, okay.
And this is another little niche that I love. I probably spent 3 hours I'm like, okay, I've got a zombie horde of 20,000 zombies. Let's see how many army guys it takes. Okay, we'll do 18th, we'll do Civil War. Okay, it takes about 5,000 of them to hold back that. I kept just playing with the balances and you can they have maps where you can set up choke points. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And there's a huge modding community creating all sorts of mods for it. So I downloaded there's a Deadpool mod, and basically Deadpool can't die. So you can put Deadpool up against any number of people and he'll
spoilers.
He'll just destroy everybody in a matter of time. It'll take an hour, but he will kill everybody.
Oh wow. Interesting. Okay.
So I marked it on Steam, and then over the weekend it was on sale for $3. So I was like, okay.
I'm gonna do it, you said.
I got my $3 out of it. That's for sure.
Excellent.
Next up, I got some time in on No More Heroes on Switch, the Switch update. And
nice. How'd that play?
Really well. It's got such a Have you ever played a Suda 51 game?
I have not.
Okay. They are bat poop crazy.
Yeah,
All of
I've
them.
heard that.
Like, they are just like, he is out there on another level. And this one doesn't. This one was really optimized for the Wii because it was a Wii exclusive at first. There, like I remember playing it. I remember being tired playing it because you're like, hack slash, hack slash, hack slash, just, and then like you got combos and stuff you're doing with like it was a real waggle game. But it translates really well. But instead of waggling, you just end up using the right joystick for
Very nice.
any of the waggle controls. And but yeah, it's a bat poop crazy story, and you're basically a hitman who decides he wants to be number one. And like you start out right at the number 11 because you want to break into the top 10, and so you got to raise money, and like you to raise money, but they won't let you do contracts yet because you're not a good enough hitman. So you got to go mow lawns and collect coconuts and bring them to a coconut, like just crazy stuff.
Okay, got to
But I
do a
love
bake
it.
sale.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's like just anything out there, right? And yeah, it's crazy, and I love it. Love every minute of it. And last, I tried out the Control Cloud Edition on Switch, and I put together a little review and side-by-side video there on our up on our page.
Yeah, that's
And
very cool.
Yeah, I'm super impressed with it. It looks great
on
the Switch, and it plays great. But I wanted to talk to you about the whole idea of it. So to buy the pass to play the game is $54.
Right.
So how do you feel about that? That you're just buying basically a pass that lets you have unlimited time to play this game. But this is one step further than having a digital copy of the game. This is just paying for time to play the game.
It's now that Stadia and xCloud, I guess, have kind of done the same thing. Now I know if you have xCloud, you've also got Game Pass, so you could download them, but xCloud at its core would be just streaming as well, right? So
yeah,
it's interesting. I mean, it's the only way. It's a way of getting games onto the Switch that have no business of being on the Switch. So it's cool that way.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if you're a person who doesn't have the money to upgrade to a computer that can play Control, it's a way of playing it. Although I guess you could play it on the PS4 and the
Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, but it's how did it look and play compared to, say, the hard copy on the PlayStation 4, you think?
Little lower fidelity still,
right.
Like than if you were playing on the Pro.
Right.
Maybe more comparable to just base PS4.
Sure.
But then so there's another problem in that the one thing that makes the Switch so appealing is the portability of it.
Yep.
And you really like this again, you can't really play that portable. Like you need a constant internet connection.
Right.
But I mean, it's the same things you run into, like you were saying with Stadia or xCloud or any of the other ones, right? But I just thought it's interesting because I mean, even on Stadia, you buy the game and it's on Stadia, and I mean, that's a real gamble because I mean, Google's infamous for just shutting stuff down.
Yeah, I'm not buying any new games on Stadia for a while, that's for sure.
But Control here, you've paid for the right to play the game, and I don't know, like it's definitely a different way of looking at it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I guess I pay for the right every month to use Game Pass. But then they also offer discounts to buy the game if you want to permanently add it to your library. It's just interesting.
It is
something to think about.
It's a change, and we hate change.
We do. We're old. Things are better before.
It's true.
And then I posted a retro pick this week too, Rob.
You did.
I did. I was a busy boy this week. Posted a comparison video, posted a retro pick.
Yeah.
My retro pick was Strider on the NES. Now, do you remember this game?
I sure do, and that damn triangle jump. Sure do.
I put about 20 minutes into it for the video, and I don't know that I'll be going back. Like, it's just Strider in name. Like, there's nothing that, like, any of the things that make the Strider cool are not involved with that game.
Nope.
In the least.
Nope.
So I have a Genesis copy. I'm gonna fire up, and that'll be my next retro pick that I do.
Yeah, it's a lot better. It's the arcade game.
Yeah, that'll make me a lot happier because I had a bad taste still from when I was a kid and rented it on NES, like I said on there. And you know what? I'm like, this has nothing to do with Strider. I feel so betrayed.
Yep. A lot of people liked it for what it was, and kind of a Metroidvania level-based kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think in a funny little note, I think Damon was the one telling us that that triangle jump that everyone had so much trouble with was actually bugged in the North American version, and that's why no one could do it right.
Oh, really?
The timing was off on it. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna look that up right now. Triangle jump.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yes, I think it was game bugs. Hi, folks. For those on the audio podcast, we haven't stopped.
We're still here.
Haven't stopped. We're still looking at it. I can't prove this yay or nay, but
okay,
it came from Damon, and I think we can all trust Damon.
Yeah, he's pretty solid on his facts.
You know, when he's not on the sauce, he's very reliable.
Absolutely. So, I have a grump this week, Rob, and it happened in between.
Prostate exam.
Yeah, my prostate exam in the last episode.
Right.
We already had a jam-packed episode last episode, so I didn't want to bring it up then. But do you want to know what's making me grumpy this week, Rob?
I guess. Yeah, sure. You bet. What's making you grumpy, guy?
The Avengers are making me grumpy, Rob. The Avengers on PC, the video game, are making me grumpy.
You and a lot of people.
Yeah.
What in particular?
So I had a tilt in optimism already on this game because it's a Marvel game. I tried the demo, had some fun on the demo, looked amazing, like great graphics. Gameplay was all right. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe a good portion of that is I'm just not, I'm not used to the gameplay of it yet. So I've been playing the story mode on Avengers. And as I get further and further into story mode, the game just beeps down my optimism. So on top of 3 times already being in a mission and having to restart because I've killed everything and it won't trigger the next part of the event. So that's one thing. But I'm doing a mission right now with Iron Man. And there's flying and fighting and it is the most uncontrollable. Like, I'm like, okay, it's me. I'm just not used to this. It's not. I was getting my ass handed to me repeatedly. I'm like, okay, well, obviously I'm not getting here, so I'll drop it down to easy and we'll go from there. I'm still getting my ass handed to me. I'm like, oh, I tried like 5 or 6 more times, and by then, any other game I'm getting it, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not happening in this game. The controls are crap. On top of everything else. Like, and then so to make myself feel a little better, you know what I did? I want to play
heroin.
Wow, that's just a given. But I want to play some Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Right.
Switch there.
Yeah.
Great time. Button mashing good time.
Yeah.
And then you know what I went and played after that? Marvel Superheroes Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Oh,
2.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
As well. Another
Great.
just great, fully controllable, like it's just so frustrating when something you love so much, and I love my Marvel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I love the movies, love the comics long before the movies. And then just to be so, I'm looking for a word worse than disappointed. But like
presidential election.
Yes.
Yes.
Like it's almost to the point of like my feelings are so hurt at how little fun I'm having playing this game. Like, it's such a roller coaster because, you know, when I first started playing Iron Man, I hadn't seen what his ultimate was yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I launched his ultimate, Hulkbuster armor drops down. And you just start bashing the crap out of everything. And I'm like, yeah! And then this level happens where I have to, you know, fly between these platforms and like, you know, and like the dodging and blocking just doesn't make sense. Like I keep going back to the screen. I'm like, okay, so that's block and that's dodge. What's the difference between like that flash? Like I went back and I did tutorial where it's like, okay, if it flashes here, you do a dodge, and if it flashes here, you do a. I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing this stuff and it's not working. So yeah, the Avengers are making me grumpy this week, Rob.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Which game was worse or made you feel sadder for how bad it was? This game, Marvel Avengers, or the original XMen for the Nintendo Entertainment System?
Oh. I'm going to say this one. Still.
Wow.
I was a lot younger and I didn't have the expectations. You know? I was just happy to see X-Men on the screen at that point, right? But yeah, that was bad. That was another LJN game, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
And if you played one player, the computer played the other player and just lost all its lives in the first 3 or 4 minutes, or got stuck on stuff so you couldn't progress and there was nothing you could do.
Yeah, I kind of remember something like that.
Yeah. And if you took any character that didn't shoot, you may as well just kill yourself. So that ruled out Wolverine, which 90% of Canadian teenagers were playing that game because of Wolverine.
But man, like, with Avengers, Rob, like, I've given it a lot of passes. And I did a lot of like, okay, well, I heard they're working on it and stuff. Yeah.
Are they, Ryan?
I don't know. You know what? You know, everyone's like, oh, they're going to No Man's Sky it. And we were talking about this before the show. Are they?
Yeah.
They're a big-ass company. They'll probably just take the loss and move on to their next thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they had a little dev team set aside for doing all the events that they hope to do in it and stuff. Yep. Like, from what I've read, they honestly thought this was going to be their Destiny. Their Destiny 2, where they could just keep
You just keep doing the live servicing, right? That's the model that really doesn't work for a lot of games that try it.
No.
Not a lot of games have that long-term life to it.
No. I mean, that, like, Bungie has some stuff behind them. Even though they've got some experience behind them.
Yep.
They didn't.
To be fair, so does Square Enix.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
should have been able to do it.
But in a live service game like that?
Didn't they do that Final Fantasy, whichever one was a live service game? 14?
14,
yeah.
I think is the one.
One of those
That's
ones.
True. But I get it. So that that one when it came out was a steaming pile.
I've heard that, and then it's supposedly redeemed itself, so we can hope, right?
Yeah, there's that that's the. I know this has been said too, but like, all you're doing is fighting robots. You're fighting an orange one. You're fighting a green one. You're fighting the red one. Oh, here's the one that's slightly bigger than this other robot.
Yeah.
Oh, and this little robot, just killed the Hulk.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because in most comic books that we all grew up loving and caring about, they're just fighting robots. That's all there is to fight in superheroes comics. Yeah. Nothing else.
Stupid Avengers. Anything making you grumpy this week, Rob?
No. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. So, folks, no matter what happens tomorrow, and maybe today, it'll be today by the time you listen to this. If you're American and you're listening to our show, don't light anything on fire.
Yeah.
That's the grumpy old gamer lesson for the day. Don't start fires. Don't smash stuff.
Don't punch another person.
Whoever wins, just carry on. Carry on.
Also, we're taking all refugees here in Canada.
Yes. Like we said, any plot of land you want in Saskatchewan can be yours.
Yep. Or in Tuktoyaktuk.
That's racist. But it is a real place. And you could probably move there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So yeah. Be nice to people. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
And the beauty is if you go far enough north, which isn't too far here, and you're having trouble with the whole metric to imperial system, minus 40 Celsius is the same as minus 40 Fahrenheit. So when you're in a place that's minus 40, you'll be like, hey, I know exactly what temperature that is.
Good to know.
There you go. Really, and it'll take about 3 weeks and you'll be like, man, the metric system's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder the rest of the world uses it.
Exactly.
So come on over. We got Timmy's. We'll give you a coffee and donuts.
Don't come for the Timmy's.
Don't come for the Timmy's.
It's a cult. I tell you, a cult.
It's true. You're not wrong. Back in the day, Timmy's meant something. Just like video games.
Just like the video games.
That's right.
Well, it kind of feels like we're skidding to a halt here, so...
Did we run enough time in the show?
Oh, yeah.
We might have. Hey, look at that.
I think we just hit an hour.
Nice.
So...
Nice.
I always think we're going to have like a 20-minute show when I see how many news items we have.
Yep. And then we can blather on for an hour.
Yep. But that's what people love, the blathering. Or so they tell us in emails at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com.
Look at that. Look at that. Bam. Bam, bam, bam.
But all right. Thank you for watching, folks. Any of our American friends, be nice to each other. Don't make me come down there. I hate to give you all spankings.
Be totally good to each other. Put that back. Here we go.
There we go.
There we go. Good night, folks.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have yourself a good evening.